Okay, there we go. Got to get everything set up here. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Welcome to Coffee Chat. This is the Your Book, Your Voice Coffee Chat. I am Robert A. Lane. I'm an audiobook coach and producer specializing in helping authors like yourself turn your book into an audiobook that you narrate yourself, because that is the key factor. That is the key factor, you narrating your audiobook yourself. Because it's your story, it's your voice, it's your energy, it's your sincerity, it's your true authenticity that comes through in your audiobook narration. And man, it just sounds fantastic when you are telling your story coming from first person. That's what makes all the difference in the world. Now, this is Coffee Chat, right? Coffee Chat. So cheers to you. I got my elixir of life. Maybe you have yours. Maybe coffee is yours. Maybe it's another elixir. No judgment. Just cheers to you. All right. So I talk about Rush. I like Rush. Rush is a band that I've been a fan of for a very, very long time. And, okay, I'll share a little story with you. When I first heard Rush, I hated them. I couldn't stand Geddy Lee singing. It's like nails on a chalkboard, right? And I know a lot of people have said that about Geddy Lee's singing. But I have to say that when I actually took a moment to really listen to the band, I was very impressed with their musicianship and the talent that they really do have. Some incredible talent. So I've been a fan for many, many years since. And there you go. I did see them a couple of times before Neil Peart passed away. They are obviously going to be on tour again in a new configuration, which I am going to go. I'm going to go check them out in Los Angeles at the Forum when they start their tour. So that'll be coming up. Anyway, the reason why I bring up Rush is because when it comes to your audiobook, you don't want to be, you can be like Rush and just be fantastic at what you do. But you don't want to be like Rush using the term verbally, right? Using that verb, rush. You do not want to rush through your audiobook. That's the worst thing that you can do, is rush through it, because you want people to absorb what you have to say. And I get it. You put a microphone in front of somebody, if you're speaking in front of a small group or even a big crowd, people have a tendency to just like run right through it, rush right through it. And you don't want to do that. You want to, again, allow your content, your story that you have to tell, that you want people to absorb. Give them the opportunity to absorb it. So you need to slow down. Okay. You need to slow down. Some people talk fast. I mean, I even notice myself when I do podcasts, when I do these coffee chats, I get fired up because I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. And sometimes I rush through it. So you want to hold yourself back. And the best way, the first thing that you need to do is you got to get yourself grounded. Be grounded and focused with the job at hand. If you're ready to narrate your own audiobook, which is a great business decision. Remember, you are the CEO of you, so you want to be able to make business decisions that move your business forward. And narrating your own audiobook is one of the greatest ways and things that you can do. Not only for your business, but for your clients as well. So again, when you're narrating, don't just rush through it. Don't be all ready. Just really focus on what's what you want to get across, right? What the job at hand. Okay. So ground yourself. You got to forget about the past, forget about the future, be in the now. You got to be in the present moment. And I'm serious about grounding yourself. You got to be focused. All right. And don't have any doubts. That's one of the biggest things that I run into with a lot of the authors that I work with, who I help them create their audiobook, is that they don't believe in themselves. They don't have the confidence that they need in their own voice, because your voice is great. You got to love and appreciate this wonderful sound that comes out of your body. So that's part of the grounding process. Grounding gives you confidence. It makes you focused. It helps you just really be in the moment. because that is crucial. You got to be in the moment. If you're just like, okay, I'm going to record my audiobook, and here we go. You grab your book and you're like, I'm ready to go. And by the way, if you're going to do your audiobook, you got to read the digital version of it. Okay. Because you don't want to hear page turns. That's not good. It does not make for a good audiobook. All right. But if you're just grabbing your book and you're just reading through it, that's not going to be interesting. And again, when you rush through it, you got to give your listeners a chance to absorb the content that you're sharing. That is so important. It is so important. So don't rush through it. So ground yourself. That's number one. When you ground yourself, you're giving yourself focus. And when you're focused, you're building your confidence. And when you're building confidence, you're able to then do a narration. You got to do your narration and take your time with it. Don't rush it. Allow the energy, allow the emotion, allow all those things. Allow all those things to be a factor. Okay? And tell your story. Be your true, authentic self and just tell your story. Tap into the core reason of why you wrote your book in the first place, because you're going to bring all that to the table when you do your narration. And be yourself. Be your true, authentic self. Take your time. All right? The other thing that you can do that will help you not rush through your audiobook narration is practice. Sorry about the throat. Allergies today. Practice. You got to practice. If you're going to read a chapter, even if you're doing your opening credits, practice it. Get comfortable with it. Feel relaxed. Because when you feel relaxed, you're not going to rush through it. And you know what? There's nobody, who cares what other people think, right? There's nobody you need to impress. You just need to be yourself. And if you're worried about what other people think, then do this. And this is in my book. It's in one of my chapters that I talk about in my book, Lights, Action, You, which I talk about career coaching and life coaching in here. But I share stories about the 30 plus years I worked in the entertainment business. And with those stories, I share tools and techniques that you can, take home, right? And use them. Use them to help you do a great narration. So remember this, all right? Who cares what other people think? Tell yourself this catchphrase. I am who I am. I do what I do. And I am not ashamed of it. Because what that is the confidence builder. Because you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your voice. And when you do, you're not going to be rushing through your audiobook narration. And when you say that, who cares what other people think? Okay, you can even start it off that way. Who cares what other people think? I am who I am. I do what I do. And I am not ashamed of it. I am who I am. I do what I do. And I'm not ashamed of it. Okay? That's building confidence. And when you're saying, who cares what other people think? It's like, you're not saying it in a mean or vindictive way. You're just stating fact. And the fact is you have a great voice. You're a great narrator. You can narrate your own audiobook. You have the tools and talent to do it. So do it. Take your time with it. Feel the emotion. Because that's another thing that's going to allow you to slow down and not rush through your audiobook narration. Feel the emotion. Be in the moment. That's why I talk about grounding. You got to be in the moment. That's going to be a crucial piece of the puzzle to do a great narration. Be in the moment and tell your story. Feel the emotion. Because what makes a great audiobook, and I've said this a million times, and it is so true, what makes a great audiobook are the intangibles, those things you can't physically touch, but you can emotionally feel, and that's what you're bringing to the table. That's why you're tapped into the core reason of why you do what you do, why you wrote your book in the first place. That's why you're always tapped into that core reason why. Know your why, because you're going to bring that through in your audiobook narration, okay? It's that simple. It really is. So ground yourself, believe in your voice, and bring those intangibles, because when you are feeling the emotion and you're feeling the energy that you're doing when you're doing an audiobook narration, that comes through and people will feel it. They will sense it, and it will slow you down so you're not rushing through your audiobook narration. No, again, these are just a couple of very simple things that you can do. It doesn't cost you any money, right? You can practice, you can get grounded, you can have confidence and believe in yourself. You are the CEO of you. There's one catchphrase. Catchphrase number 2, who cares what other people think? I am who I am. I do what I do, and I am not ashamed of it. Embrace these catchphrases and utilize them when you do your narration because it's coming from the heart. And the best thing about you doing your own audiobook narration is that you are leaving your legacy in your own voice, coming from the source, coming from first person, that people will discover you and listen to you and hear you tell your story the way it was meant to be heard for generations to come. And that's a great thing. Man, that's a great thing. So do it. If you don't have an audiobook yet, just check out the links in the description here on LinkedIn and YouTube, and of course on Instagram. Go to my profile page, click on the link there, and book a call. Let's get your audiobook done. In 12 weeks, I will work with you one-on-one, setup and preparation, teaching you how to do a great narration, and then I do all the post-audio editing and production for you. Cleaning up your audio, making sure it meets the exact specifications for publication, and then I do all the uploading for you to Audible, Amazon, Apple, and any other distribution platform that you want to be on to guarantee, and I do guarantee, that you will be published correctly the first time. Guaranteed. And it only takes 12 weeks, and it is in your voice. So book a call. There's more information, other links as well in the description, so check those out. Yeah, let's get it done. Take that tax refund, right? Invest it into your business because you are an author brand and that is a business. You are a business. So do things to move your business forward. If your book is not in audiobook form, you need to put it in audiobook form and you need to be the person to do the narration. You are the one because you are the most qualified. You are the best of the best. You are the best of the best because you're bringing your true authentic self to the table. And that's what it's all about. Okay, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up for Coffee Chat. If there's anything that you would like me to discuss and talk about, I'd be happy to do so. Let me know. Shoot me a message. Put a post in the comments. You got a question about the audiobook world? Let me know. But check out those links. Book your call. Let's get your audiobook done, all right? And cheers to you for being awesome human beings and for being an author and for being an entrepreneur. That is definitely something worth celebrating. And my final assignment to you is this. When you're out and about in the world, my friends, smile at a stranger, say hello, give them a compliment. That short, little, effortless gesture of kindness can make the world a difference in somebody's life. This will be a life changer. Thank you so much for tuning into Coffee Chat. We'll be here next Thursday at the same time. And again, have a fantastic week. We'll say goodbye to our LinkedIn and YouTube friends first. Thank you so much for tuning in.